Hey guys, welcome back to Lucid Trading. Welcome back for part 2 for the daily stock market live. And you guys might notice that right now as we speak, we're seeing the Nasdaq pull back. It hit a major resistance. We've talked about this before. The 13,300s, I expected it to be hitting this level and then coming back down. It's happening right now as we speak, and it's not problematic necessarily. I do think that the Nasdaq could be seeing support in this zone and then gradually move up further. But, so to speak, Nasdaq right now still looking nice. It's not getting into negative territory. It's actually consolidating at this 13,200 level, which is what it's supposed to be doing. But yeah, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to Lucid Trading. Make sure you hit the like button. I would appreciate that a lot. Welcome back to M1 Shots, Julian, Andrew, Carla, John Poole, Dave McCoy, Saj, Roberto, Kevin, Tanisha, Franco. Welcome back. Hit that like button right now, right here. Let's get to 30 likes. Let's see if we can get there. I think that's going to help a lot. Welcome to Leveling Up, Mr. Aji Boladisu, Empowering Physique, C2, Joel, Suk, Tutla, Sergey Caprian, Michael Reyna. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. Let's rock and roll. First, I'm going to fix this little thing. I think there's something going on with the lights. I think that might have possibly fixed it partially, or... There you go. All right, so let's go back to stocks. Right, so the Nasdaq right now, as we speak, is pulling back slightly, which is no problem. We're not seeing any significant downside here. We're just seeing a small pullback back to the 13,200. And look, you can see right here, it's holding that area. A previous resistance, which we broke through, right? Now becoming support. Very bullish. I would say there's a huge chance that if it keeps on consolidating, and if the 10-year, very crucial, if the 10-year doesn't go up here, there's a huge chance that the Nasdaq is going to keep on rallying. Of course, it's still down from the all-time highs that we saw at the 14,000s. You can see it right here, right at the 14,000s. And it's right at a very, very crucial resistance point. So it might see some sideways movement here before we see a proper bust to the upside here. Will Nasdaq hit 13,600? Shabi says. I think it's gonna take a while. Honestly, I would not be surprised if we see a little bit more sideways movement. That would be very good, right? It would be very positive to see some sideways movement here, properly consolidate, and then head back up to these levels. And I think the level that we're now looking at to be reaching is going to be the 13,450s. That's going to be another level of resistance. Hopefully we can reach that level very soon. I am expecting it by the end of this week. We could get very close. But yeah, for now, just sideways on the Nasdaq. It's already dropping. Just like I said, moving sideways in this zone. It's not necessarily going negative or anything like that. I am not expecting a lot of negativity in general. But yeah, we do see that the 10-year is moving up, which is having a negative impact on growth and tech stocks alike. You can see Tesla's pulling back to the 688. Palantir is down 2.8%. AI down 2.6%. But not everything is red, right? XPeng is still up 1.8%. We see CCIV is up 6%. Apple still doing fine. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, the big tech companies, they're doing just fine. So I would say specifically around the high-risk tech stocks, tech and growth sector, things are looking quite bad. Tesla is selling off right now. Really interesting. I'm going to get some Tesla. Hold up, guys. Going to get some Tesla right now. I mean, if it's going to pull back like this, why the hell not? Gonna place some small orders for Tesla right here. There you go. I don't even have to look at the chart to know that Tesla right now, the way it's selling off, it's looking okay. It's not looking particularly interesting, but I placed some small orders for Tesla. It's roughly, I would say, $600 right here, which is a kind of a support zone, I would say. The 685 level, I think it will hold this level. So that's just my opinion. But yeah, keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor, and everything I say, everything I draw on the charts, that is just for edutainment, educational purposes only. So keep that in mind. All right. Place an order for that. Yeah, so I was holding a lot of Palantir, but Palantir wasn't going down that much, so I sold a little bit of Palantir to get into Tesla. I do that from time to time. If I see like I'm holding a particular stock that is moving sideways, and another stock is moving down rapidly, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna buy some of that stock by selling the other one. But yeah, I found it so unfortunate that AI is selling off once more. I think we're getting in a situation where even on the short term it's looking good. So short term looking good, although the 4 hours looking quite terrible. The 4 hours are looking okay, actually. They're not looking terrible. They're looking okay. So 30 minutes looking bad. 1 hour looking... 30 minutes looking good. 1 hour looking good. 4 hours looking okay. Daily chart is looking about to be breaking out. So keep that in mind. I think we're going to see a breakout on C3.ai. Probably tomorrow, maybe after tomorrow. When we see the Nasdaq, I would say, go up once more. It's going to bounce roughly. I think this bounce could take it back to the $95 to $100 range. So waiting for that. Been waiting for a while, so hopefully that's going to be happening very soon. Let's just read what's happening here in the chat. Gara, check yields 30s and 45. HOLX, never heard of that. Palantir, do you think CRWD? Can you look at Neo? Yeah, I'll look at those stocks in a moment. So give me a second. All right, so let's just check the 10-year very briefly. Ooh, look at that. Daily chart looks like it's about to be heading down very soon, actually. So, yeah, that's the value trap, right? Getting into value stocks right now. I mean, it's good on the short term, but I think long term, when the yields start flattening out and just going down, probably, we're going to see that turn out positively for the growth in tech sector. Although, I would say, yeah, yields are on the short term definitely very, very bullish. Looks like it's going to head up to the 1.7, 1.8. But yeah, the daily wasn't looking that nice for people that are holding, well, bonds, of course. Dollar is flat. Yeah, somebody said check the 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes like looks like it's rising. Yeah, so that's true. 30 minutes, 45 minutes looks bullish. So yeah, it could be spiking. But yeah, despite it spiking doesn't necessarily mean that the market has to be selling off substantially. C3.ai is going down. Yeah, I noticed that. Hold up, guys. Yeah, so let me just quickly take a look here at C3.ai. 2.6%. It's not been updated yet, but it's just straight up flat at the 84. Apple is still positive. What is really wonderful is that I remember drawing this line, and I said that that would potentially be resistance. Beautiful. It reached 127.2. It touched it, came back down. Straight up, came back down. I actually drew this here. I said it was going to go up, come back down. But yeah, it was actually like that, but whatever. We're going to have to draw a new pattern here for Apple. Apple's been running up quite nicely. And I think a lot more upside is coming for Apple. I am pretty sure a lot more upside is coming for Apple. Although it might come back to the 124.5 to 125. Kind of consolidate in that zone. And then gradually head up even further. Let me check the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour is not looking particularly good. 4 hours is still looking all right. Daily chart just recently crossed. There's a lot of upside coming for Apple, I am telling you. But it's going to fill that gap, I think. It's going to fill that gap to the 124. And then next up, it's going to be running towards the, I think the 130s would probably be next. Let me see if I can draw this properly. So there's a chance it gradually comes down, then heads back up, places back, breaches it this time around. We have another resistance at the 128.8, 129.7, so in that zone, probably, at that point, I think it could be reaching the 130s. So yeah, at that point, I mean, it could definitely be reaching the 130s. It's just a continuation of this rally after a brief correction. See if that's actually going to happen here. If not, if it doesn't happen, it's going to stop at the 127 in my expectations on Apple. The Nasdaq is slowly but steadily picking itself back up to the upside. But we are seeing lower lows, right? So hopefully it consolidates here and doesn't move down further. But if it does move down further, let's see what that's going to mean. It could mean it's going to come back to this line here. So far, so good. Yeah, Tesla's holding up, actually. That is quite nice to be seeing. It's not going down a lot more further. C3.ai is still going down. I find it very lovely that XPeng is up 2% and is not going down. It's just staying at those levels, which it should be, right? XPeng is a great company, great fundamentals. The technicals were looking phenomenal for a long time, looking phenomenal to the upside. And so it broke through. You can see it properly here. Huge move to the upside. People that bought it at 25 should be really happy now because XPeng has been moving quite substantially. Let's see. Gara, what are your thoughts on Tilray? I'm actually quite bullish on Tilray. My guess is the money from Tesla is flowing into Volkswagen. I think part of it could be flowing to Volkswagen, 100%. To diversify, of course. Yeah, XPeng is going to find a little bit of resistance here, but it will be fine. Let me just draw it out properly here. Yeah, what we might see happen here, we might see it pull back slightly again to the 34, and then again bounce. So, I think this will be my trajectory for XPeng. This is given that the Nasdaq doesn't pull back, because if the Nasdaq pulls back, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can say about that. Wait, I noticed something right here. You see, I think you can hear the birds outside. It's very nice. Yeah, I've got the window open, so that's why. Hey, Gary, can you check EOG? I'm about to go red. Think about to put my money. EOG, Neo. Yeah, okay, Neo. I'll get to Neo. I'll get to Neo, and then I'll get to EOG. I'll check both of them out. All right. So what's happening with Neo? Right. What is this? Broke through this bullish channel. That's negative, right? That's not good. You shouldn't be seeing this. Broke. So it hit resistance. It came back. When was the last time we saw something like this or something similar to this? Is there an instance of this? You see right here, it looks quite similar. Right here. Now, the RSI is not that high right now, so let's say. I don't think we have to worry a whole lot. Daily chart just crossed. So the trend is bullish. We know the trend is bullish. Daily just crossed. Trend is bullish. All we might see here is possibly a further extension of this downturn. So we're just correcting. We're correcting here on Neo because we saw a significant move previous to this. So I would expect it to come down to the 41. It could come down to the 41 here. Could come down here. And then move towards the 50s. Similar to XPeng. XPeng and both XPeng and Neo moving in a very similar fashion. Although, yeah, so it looks like it could be doing that, but look at this. On the 1 hour, it looks kind of bullish. So yeah, if the Nasdaq pops, if we get anything in terms of like good news, it's gonna pop right away. But I do think it could potentially see something like this then. But yeah, whatever. Let's try it again. Let's say it pops again, tries to hit that resistance, and then comes down. Something like that could be possible here. Given that the MACD looks like it's potentially going to cross here, so it might see a bit of a spike to the upside before it actually comes down, and then pop. But I don't necessarily think it's going to come down to the 40s. I highly doubt that. That would be a little bit strange. Although we have to so yeah, something like that could be possible here with Neo. So I'm not too worried. Not worried at all. Yep, you can see the same thing on the 30 minutes, I would say. Could go down a little bit further, then spike, and then come down. But yeah, let's take a look at EOG, because somebody said he wanted me to do EOG. About to be a MACD cross here. Gap right here. RSI very low on the 30 minutes. On the 4 hours, on a support zone on the MACD. I would say so this is looking quite good actually. This is looking quite good. If this company has straight up good fundamentals, then it will perform good. But I think this is a value stock, isn't it? This is a value stock, it seems like. Makes it a little bit more complicated. What's the daily looking like? I would say it's done. Daily crossed, so we're like properly in a bearish channel. I would it's been a while since it was bearish. So we're gonna see lower highs, lower lows, etc. It's gonna move in that kind of fashion. If I'm gonna be like really accurate here with EOG, what we might be seeing here is kind of like that. What happened with that line? I copied this line and it gave me a completely different one. Oh, there you go. What? That is hilarious. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't want to copy it for some reason. TradingView is doing a bit odd. I'll do it myself then. Okay, so you get the idea. It's gonna probably head back up to the 73, test it, fail to breach through, and then come back, pull back to the 65-ish level, probably consolidate here. That's what I'm expecting. All right, let's get back to some other stocks. Oh, look at that. Nasdaq's pulling away. Oh, Tesla's pulling back. Palantir's pulling back. That is crazy. They're not holding up. It doesn't seem like it's holding up right now. Yeah, so it seems like we're seeing a bit of a pullback because yields are heading up. This This is quite predictable. I literally said this like a couple minutes ago. Yields are looking bullish on the 30 minutes and 1 hour. That's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing that happen as we speak. It's going up a percentage point. While the markets were going up previously, this was due to the fact that yields were going down, right? Yields were going negative, almost a percentage point, I think. And VIX is still down, but I think the VIX is going to spike very soon. We see that the dollar is still remaining flat, so that's good. Because if the dollar starts rising, that's going to be problematic. So far, so good. It has to hold this range. The Nasdaq has to be holding this range. If it doesn't, well, it's going to, retest and probably pull back a bit further to the 13,080s. And given how the 30 minutes are looking, 30 minutes looking quite negative, but it could bounce at any given point. 45 minutes still. Yeah, so we could see it kind of bottom out here, bounce again, create a lower high, and then dump all the way back to the 13,090s. This is what I think is highly likely now. This could be the case here. If it holds this 13,080 level, that would be perfect. That's the zone I'm looking at. I could be wrong. Yields could start plummeting rapidly, which would mean we would see the Nasdaq, pump again. But I think initially we're going to see bottom out here slightly, see a brief bounce to the upside, and then head down. If it heads down all the way just on its own without any resistance, or without any support, that's kind of problematic considering that we've been, creating a support level here. That would indicate a lot of bearishness, I would say, if it breaches all the way through. That would only happen if the yields really start skyrocketing here, as in go ballistic, go all-time high. If that happens, you'll see the Nasdaq pull back all the way to the 13,060s, I would say. That's the next level of support. So if it holds up right here, spikes a bit to the 13,200s, doesn't hold up, fall back, because yields doesn't look like yields are backing down here. Looking quite solid. All right. Yields crossed on the 45-minute chart. Yeah, I noticed. Thank you for that. What's up with C3.ai? What's up with the market right now? The market is going down really fast, which is taking away... Yeah, so that's having an impact on both C3.ai and Palantir. And Snowflake, for that matter, all down, right? You see, big tech is still holding up, but the rest is going down substantially now. It is what it is. Can't do much about it. The Nasdaq is plummeting right now. S&P has gone negative. Although we did predict the S&P hitting these levels. It didn't quite reach that 4,000 yet, but it reached 3,980, which is quite solid. Xbank still positive. CCIV going into the, it's falling roughly 8% from its all-time high, or recent high, I would say. Yet we see big tech holding up quite nicely. But yeah, recovery stocks falling really, really hard right now. Big banks are falling quite hard as well. Alright, so it's testing the support now. Let's see if it's going to hold the support. It would be nice if it could actually do that. Did Gara sold AI? No wonder he's not talking about it anymore. No, I didn't sell my AI. I actually have all of them. I got everything in my portfolio. Looking quite red right now, but I'm gonna be riding it out. I would say I got enough patience. I would not mind holding it for a couple months or a year. Let's see what's happening here. What's going on with this? I see some dip. Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, this is problematic. Alright, so it has to hold up right here. It has to be holding up right here. If it doesn't, then we can kiss this level goodbye. It's going to pull back all the way back. This is as yields are... Oh, this is not the yields. For a second, I thought that was a yield going up a percentage. But it's not, actually. It's going up 0.67%. And pulling back slightly. RSI moving fast with the price. That's good to be seeing, so... Maybe it will not last as much as we think. This move to the upside on yields. Let's see. Nasdaq is still pulling back, but it could consolidate here. This is a support level. Right around the 13,100s. So far, so good. It's still pulling back. It's pulling back further. Okay. It's already down 180 points from that top. And it's going down even faster now. Okay, no bounce, no support. Is it going to hold up this range? That's another question here. Because if it does, that would be phenomenal. Look at that. AI at 82.9. Palantir 25.5. Huge downturns here. Erki Drayak coming in with a €2 donation and says eToro going public, merging with FTCV. What are your thoughts? I'll look it up. Let me just check it up. FTCV, fintech acquisition. It's going public, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about eToro, and but I do know one thing: eToro itself. I mean, they have a lot of customers. It's a great platform. Technically wise, I think it's. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of information to be going off of, to be really honest. So I can't really say. Although I do see the momentum probably heading down very soon. Like, most probably. It could go down to 13.5 quite easily to that level and backtest it. But that's all I can say. I really don't know a whole lot about eToro and about this SPAC and SPACs in general. But it sounds promising. Buy Nasdaq, see you next year. I think it's going to be fine. I don't think it's going to be that bad. It's just a small correction. There's not a whole lot happening right now. Come on, guys. I mean, what's happening? The Nasdaq is only pulling back a percentage point. I mean, to be really honest, it does not surprise me after all this, all that movement to the upside. For it to be pulling back, it's alright. It's going to be fine. So long as it holds the trend line, everything is going to be just fine. It seems like it's holding up this support zone. So maybe this will be the bounce. We shall see. And yields are going down, so that's a good thing. Yields are going down slightly, dropping off a bit. And as I say it, it goes back up. Yep. What is happening? What is happening with GameStop? Look at that. It hit 170 and it pops right away to the 214s. I don't know who's buying it, but somebody's buying it apparently. Nasdaq going up now. Will this be the bounce that I just talked about? We'll see. Tesla's still down 3.4 percentage points, but you know, Tesla's gone up quite a bit. And so far, it looks like we're seeing a bit of a trend. So possibly consolidate and bounce. That would be very nice to see. Palantir is having a rough time here on Palantir. I think a lot of people bought the Palantir stock because there was this interview with Alexander Karp, which is the CEO of Palantir. And you know, usually what happens is the event comes along. Once it's done, people start selling their stock for the next catalyst. It's kind of like buy the rumor, sell the news. And this happens quite often with a lot of stocks out there. It's kind of a classic at this point. Your deal is here, coming in with a $5 donation. Gara, I said wrong. It was OEG, but thanks anyway. Oh, let me check it out. Thank you for that donation. See if I can... Alright, so there is a gap right there, so it could very well fill the gap here. It's down 13.15%. It could fill the gap. There is a support zone, so if it hits that level, I think there's a huge probability that it bounces off. It hasn't filled the gap, though. Not completely, at least. Yeah, well, it did. Never mind, it did. It filled the gap. Now the question is going to be, what is this trend going to be like? It started to go down here, right? So let me just grab that. There you go. What does this company do? Producer manufacturing electrical products. Small market cap. Earnings been kind of growing recently. What is happening? All right. So technically speaking, on the 30 minutes, it might actually consolidate here in this zone and then head back up. 4 hours is not looking that good in particular. Daily chart. Not looking a whole lot good, I would say. Although it's kind of in an uptrend, isn't it? Went down huge, big move to the upside. Yeah, let's just say that OEG. Back. Let's grab a horizontal ray. I think this might be a support point. So what I could see happen here, possibly reach the upper zone. So kind of move in this kind of fashion. That's what I'm expecting at the moment. It would pop with the Nasdaq in the market, right? So it could be that it moves down a bit further here and then bounces. But I'm expecting it to bounce a bit. Continue this movement that we're seeing, this particular pattern, this ladder to the downside. And then possibly find support at the 5.3 unless we see a significant move on the Nasdaq, which right now is coming to the downside here, about to be breaking the support. Hold up. This is happening as the yields are staying stable at 0.5% to the upside. And Tesla's pulling back even further. Look at that. 376 is not holding up. Looking very bad right now. 4 hour going negative. Let me check my own portfolio. Let me check. Can I grab myself some Tesla at these levels? Oh yeah, I'm just grabbing some Tesla 675. Don't mind me. Dollar cost averaging over here. I mean, it could pull back a little bit further. I mean, the 4 hours looking a little bit horrific. Horrendous. It's not exactly what you want to be seeing when buying a stock, where it's like, you know, it's not looking that special on the short term. All right, let's get back to business. Xpeng is still holding up 0.5 percentage point. Neo down 2.8%. Like I said, I'm expecting it to be bouncing soon. Wow. So C3.ai is literally at the bottom of the barrel. Like, unbelievable. Palantir at 25.48. Looking quite painful here. Meanwhile, Apple's still green. Like I said, expected to pull back to keep on going. And Amazon is, well, pulling back a little bit, but still not red. Not in the red. Google, still heading up. Google's been doing really fine. Microsoft, same story as Google, I would say. Doing really, really good. Both BNGO and Nano Dimension actually pulling back a significant amount now. And the Nasdaq right now still holding up at that support zone that we just recently were talking about, but it's right at the edge of falling through and actually creating some severe damage. Let's just put it that way. It's right at that zone. If it falls, well, it's gonna end up being a red day, and that will be quite interesting to watch. What's happening with ARK ETF? ARK. Ooh. Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. So yeah, I was bullish on ARK initially. You know, I said, hey, this is probably the bottom. It was the bottom, thank God. But it's still in a downtrend. ARK is still in a downtrend. Wow, that is unbelievable. It is still in the downtrend that we saw where it fell off in the middle of February. So it's creating lower highs back to back to back, which is not what you want to be seeing. Is this where it started? No, this is not where it started. Uh, 30 minutes, 1 hour. 1 hour still negative. 4 hours. It's looking like a lot of stocks out there. Quite negative. Yeah, it looks like it's about to be pulling a red one on us. But it simultaneously looks like it's breaking out. Yeah, I think it's going to keep on rallying. I think it's going to use this as support. Did it fill the gap here completely? Right, so it's going to see a support level here for ARK. Which is going to be roughly... It could very well be... This could be the support level here for ARK. And it could be moving up super fast. So yeah, I'm still bullish on ARK. It would have to go to the 140s, to be really honest, to see some actual action. So 140s could be a possibility very soon. Holy, look at that. Tesla's pulling back to the 670s. What's happening? Okay, Nasdaq is about to go red. Might be a red day after all, after seeing yields go up, and yields are still going up. can see that happen here. Crazy stuff. So yeah, the Nasdaq is breaching, about to be yeah, it broke support, right? So it's coming back. It's giving back quite a bit now. About to go negative, very close. S&P is already negative. It's been negative for a while. But yeah, we got the Nasdaq about to go negative here. The dollar starts rising now. Yeah. My portfolio is going negative. It's not the only thing that's going negative, of course. Let's see. But I'm holding firm. I don't think this is a stock market correction. This is not a stock market crash. This is just a correction. Nothing to be dramatic about. Gara, my husband said someone on TV said the market is crashing again because Europe went on lockdown again. That's maybe part of Europe could be the case, but most of Europe is fine. At least I would say, yeah, okay, so it might be true. I don't know. I haven't checked the news recently around that, but I don't think that's the reason. I don't think this is a crash. I think it's just a correction. If anything, stocks are looking a bit cheaper than normal. That's all I'm seeing right now. We're seeing a discount. Discount on Tesla, discount on Palantir, discount on AI stock, sitting at 82 now. Wow, I can't believe it. It's sitting at 82 again. It's back-to-back at low levels now. And it's not leaving it. Same goes for Palantir. Yeah, there you go. Nasdaq is bouncing a little bit now. Looking at the 30 minutes, it seems like this might be a little bit of a bounce. 15 minutes. It's going to depend. But yeah, this could be the bounce here. Which I pointed out here. It could definitely come back a bit. Because it did reach oversold. Last time it hit oversold, we saw a significant bounce to the upside. So hopefully we could see something similar here. LMAO, every time the market dips, Gara says it's a discount. Well, yeah, I mean, you've got to be rational about this, right? So remember when it dipped down to like 550 and I was like, hey, isn't that a nice buy on Tesla? Or when it was crashing down to the 620s or to the 650s. These were all dips. And we're going to see the same thing happen here. Oh, yeah, it's going down. Well, it's another dip. I don't think the market is crashing. Would be very weird if that would be the case, but I highly doubt it. Not with all of this liquidity in the markets. It just wouldn't make sense. I could see it probably crash in like 6 months or something. But right now, I don't think it would make a lot of sense. For a total market annihilation crash. But yeah, I mean, Tesla's one example. I said the same thing with XPeng. Oh, 25, 27, 28, 30, 32, 35, 38. All of those times I was like, hey, XPeng looking really solid. I bought XPeng at 28, 27, 25. It's now sitting at 35, 36, 37. So yeah, this is just really rational. Technicals were looking good. If technicals are looking good, if the future is good, if the company is good, if the leadership is good, if the environment is good, then yeah, it is a buying opportunity. And the Nasdaq is pulling back still. Darn it. Let me just... We have a final leg down to 13,070. Could be the case, actually. I would not be surprised. Power hour is coming in about 12 minutes, guys. Tap that like button right now. Let's get the like count to 150. That'd be very cool. Gara, you bought C3.ai at 120, 110, 190, and 80. Yeah. Actually, if it goes to 60, I'll buy it at 60 because I know that the company is solid. It has great leadership, great products, great everything. So I think we'll be just fine. I think all these stocks on the list, they're all going to be fine. Yeah, Powell is going to be talking tomorrow. Hold up. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just quickly looking at this. Yeah, the FOMC meeting is going to be tomorrow. 2 p.m. I can see it right here. A lot is happening, though. C3.ai going up. This is because the Nasdaq is going up. This might be the bounce. Obviously, I said what's going to be bouncing here because there was a support level. Look at that. It is bouncing hard. I'm going to move it slightly just so it matches with the levels. I think this makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, so this is the bounce here on Nasdaq. We're seeing stocks going up substantially, which is what we want to be seeing here. Stocks are falling. Quick, Gara, flash at Lucid Hoodie for all to go green. I don't think it works that way, but yeah, Lucid Hoodie. It's good stuff. Great quality. Lucid merchandise store will be in the description. I'm gonna have to move this chair slight amount because, yeah, there you go. HOLX Power Hour. Yeah, Power Hour is coming in about 9 minutes, I believe. It's on now, Gara. No, I think Power Hour is in 9 minutes from now. Or am I wrong about this? I think it's in 9 minutes, yeah. Roughly 9 minutes. Are you bullish on Palantir? Yes, I am bullish on Palantir. Most definitely. Yeah, I think they're going to be doing just fine. Yeah, so Tesla just recently hit the oversold. Looks like we're going to see a bit of a bounce on Tesla. I think it's not just going to be Tesla bouncing, though. It's the whole market is kind of bouncing a bit, which I pointed out a couple minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, I believe. Hopefully this will last all the way to the 13,180. Let's just put it that way, yeah, that level. If it can reach that, that would be really cool. Will yield skyrocket tomorrow after Powell's speech again? Let's check it out. Will that be the case? Will they keep rising for tomorrow? I think that could be a possibility, yeah. It's like people are already selling off their assets just in case. You know, like last time Powell spoke, it ruffled the markets, and we saw a lot of stocks selling off. So people still know, they remember that event. It was quite a bad event, I would say. Let's check HOLX. Let me see what that's about. Power Hour is going to be starting in about 6 minutes from now. So tap that like button. Let's get us to 150 likes. That'll be awesome. HOLX is a health technology medical specialties company with a market cap of $18.5 billion. That is some solid revenue. Ooh, they're doing good. They're doing good in terms of revenue. I like what I'm seeing here. Medical specialties, right? Definitely downtrend on the 15 minutes. 13 minutes, same story. What's happening there in the 4 hours, though? 4 hours, recently MACD cross, and what's happening on the daily chart? Yeah, I am bullish on this one. I think this one is going to be running. I think it's going to be running to the $90. 90 to 95. That is what I'm seeing right now for this company. I like their fundamentals. I like the fact that the market cap is not like 100 billion or something like that. It's not a ridiculously high. MACD looking good. RSI looking good. 4 hours looking solid. Short term, I would say looking okay. So yeah, lots of potential for HOLX. I would say whole logic. That is my opinion on it. Let me see what's happening. Hey, look at that. Nasdaq is pumping. That is not looking good on the 2 hours. But 1 hour is still negative. Could bounce off. 45 minutes already crossed to the downside. 30 minutes is still in bouncing mode. You can see that right here. It's bouncing right now as we speak. We can see Tesla's heading up. Palantir 25.8. Hold up. Yeah, the Nasdaq's having a tough time breaking that level, right? Used to be support here. Now, kind of resistance. We'll see. But yeah, so far it is bouncing back. Not very strong, but it is bouncing back. AI sitting very, very low right now. I would say looking quite attractive on the short term and long term and mid term. Well, I would say maybe the 4 hours not looking quite attractive yet, but really pushed down here with a 8.4 billion market cap, substantial, I would say, growth rate the past years. You can see it. I don't think you can see it right here. Well, you can see it. Look at that. Almost doubled their revenue in like a year time. So I would not be surprised if AI would double or even triple this year. The dollar sitting flat. 10 years also kind of sitting flat on the short term, but it's about to be breaking out on the 4 hours, which would probably be for tomorrow, when Jerome Powell is actually going to be speaking. All right. Look at MTLS, 13.5% drop. When will AI be back at 150? It will purely depend on the markets, right? I mean, if the markets are not stable, it's going to take a long time. In general, I would say so. Let's say I think I have to grab the 2 hours for this one. Yeah, 2 hours actually going negative now. Which, to be fair, if that is the case, we could see a proper move to the downside, actually, to the 70s. Can't say that won't be happening right now. Yeah, definitely. There you go. So if we see the market pull back again, like we see a proper pullback, it will come back to the 77. But if it doesn't, I think it's going to gradually consolidate and head back up. I think this time around for good, reaching this level again. This would take a couple days, but I said the same thing would be happening here. It hit the 92, came back down again. That was quite unfortunate to be seeing, but it's going through a tough time. I would say end of April, probably. Mid to end of April. At the 150s. Which is still, I would say, a month and a half away. Maybe a little bit later. But yeah. Russell 2000 is down hard. Other marks so big. Power hour has begun. And I think we're seeing a bit of momentum coming into the upside. Although it's still not looking good on the technicals. It's not looking good enough for me to be saying, hey, everything is going to start rallying or anything like that. That is definitely not the case right now. 1 hour is crossing to the downside here. I mean, this could last, you know. This could last for a while. This is why I drew this arrow on the Nasdaq. It could be similar to this event here. But I don't think so. Because if we look at the 30 minutes, or maybe it's the 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes are looking quite solid now. Ready to be bouncing. And we saw part of it. Let's see. Will the market be even more red tomorrow? Yeah, so good question. Will the market be more red tomorrow? It's a bit of a coin flip still. On the technicals, yeah. Definitely. I think there's a lot of upsides, but simultaneously, I mean, I think a little bit of red could be possible. A little bit of red, not extremely. I'm not talking about 3% or in the red. Maybe like a percentage or a percentage and a half at some point, but I'm not expecting it to be falling off that fast. Yeah, everything's still pulling back. What is doing good right now? Big tech is doing good. That is quite interesting. Big tech is not red. Value stocks are not red. So value tech stocks are up. And value stocks in general are up as well. Although Chevron is down. This might be because oil is going down. Gold down slightly. Bitcoin down slightly as well. Ethereum. And the VIX is going up. VIX is spiking. There you go. I would say there's a good chance it's going to bottom out and spike here. We've got a $5 donation coming in from Desiree Franco. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I think it's a good time to buy more Nano Dimension. Let me check. Nano Dimension. I'm still bullish on Nano Dimension, so let me just grab the 1 hour chart. Yeah, Nano Dimension is on the 4 hours looks not that attractive. Daily chart looks okay. I think personally I would buy Nano Dimension if it actually would hit that $9.5, roughly $9.5. But it's pretty close to it. So if it would hit that level, I think it could consolidate and just gradually head back up. So yeah, I mean, I think Nano Dimension right now, it's going down 10.4%. So I don't think it looks too bad at that price. But yeah, I would prefer it at 9.5 at that support level. A little bit cheaper. Could possibly hit that, but look at that. Nasdaq now recovering. But yeah, Nano Dimension does look good. C3.ai is down 4%. Palantir down 3.3%. Nasdaq is pulling back up. Quite strange. Why is Tesla selling off 4% though? I'm a little bit confused. Is there something happening with Tesla right now? I'm gonna check the news because there must be something happening here because I don't think it makes a lot of sense here. It might be because of Volkswagen. VW. Volkswagen. Yeah, there you go. It is up 10.5%. Does that make sense? What is the market cap? I'm going to search that up right now. Safety agency probes. Oh, okay, there we go. Some negative news around the safety of Tesla cars. That could be it. I'm just gonna casually check out what the market cap for Volkswagen is. 117 billion. PE ratio of 25. Interesting. Yeah, Volkswagen. What is happening with Volkswagen though? Look at that. Weekly chart is ripping through. That is crazy. Look at that volume coming in. That is crazy. That is insane volume. Last time we had such volume was almost 4 years ago. Yeah, some really big names came into Volkswagen, I guess. Oh boy, more competition to Tesla. So that might be it. Even on the monthly, it looks expensive. Looks very expensive. Are they going to start valuing Volkswagen as an EV company? Because it looks like they're doing that right now. Like super overvalued, overbought right now. On every time frame. Yeah, earnings is today, obviously. What the hell? That is nuts. It literally doubled in value. It literally doubled in value in like a couple months' time. More than that, actually. Volkswagen is going to be 70% EV. Okay. Isn't that is... I think that is bad news for Tesla, isn't it? Yeah, we'll see if they're going to actually reach that premise, because we do know that Volkswagen they've been promising many things. But they were not able to actually get to those points. So let's see if they're going to actually come through with that. Look at that. Palantir's going up. C3.ai still staying flat. Let's see. There was a fire in Fremont. Yeah, that could be one of the negative catalysts to the downside for that. Is Palantir going to bust to the upside now? It could be. Man, the 4 hour is not looking good. I really dislike how the 4 hour is looking like. It's just most likely going to move sideways for, I would say, for some time, for a couple hours. Move sideways and gradually rally. That's kind of what I'm seeing here with Palantir. I'm glad that the Nasdaq is not plummeting yet or anything like that. It's actually moving along the lines. At least I moved it a little bit, but you get the gist of things. It's moving up. It hit the support level. It breached it for a second, but then came back up. Now sitting at 13,150. Looking quite bullish there. And gold, 10-year. 10 years down a bit now. That might provide a little bit of relief for tech and growth stocks, but so far, not seeing a whole lot of upside. Gara, what do you think about SWKS? What is your price target for this week? Let me check SWKS. Skyworks Solutions. Market cap of 29 billion. Revenue of 3.3 billion. But it's not growing. Interesting. Revenue's going down year over year. Of course, that's due to the corona pandemic, but quarter over quarter, they're doing really good, so can't complain about that. Net income is going up, kind of. Electronic technologies, semiconductors. Skyworks Solutions. Yeah, that's a bullish sign here. RSI is heading up. 4 hours looking okay. Pretty decent. I would not be surprised if Skyworks, as it is, although 1 hour is a little bit terrible. Maybe pull back a little bit further. But then after that, head back up to the 119s. Yeah, right at that zone. It's kind of what I'm looking at. How is the weekly looking like here? Weekly is, yeah, looking okay. Yeah, something like that could be the case here. So I would not be surprised if it hits 190. Meanwhile, Nasdaq is further rallying to the upside. You can see that here. Up about 0.53 percentage points. Close to that price that we were sitting at right at open. So far, so good. Meanwhile, we're not seeing Tesla move up that much. We're not seeing Palantir move up that much. It's mostly big tech. It's mostly value stocks. Recovery stocks are going down along with the growth and tech sector. CARP is on CNBC. Interesting. Let's take a look. See if I can find this. If anybody has a link, feel free to drop a link in the live chat, because generally speaking, getting a CNBC link is quite difficult. CNBC. Am I being trolled? Oh, there you go. Hold up. I think Volkswagen, there's a lot of hype around it, but I don't think it's going to be on the same level as Tesla. Tesla is not just selling cars. They're doing a lot of other things. Although they have to still scale up their other products, but one second. Nice. Look how CCIV literally sold off from the 33 all the way back to the 30s. That is quite literally insane. A 10% move there. Nasdaq still rallying to the upside, looking quite nice. 10 years not skyrocketing anymore, which is quite good to be seeing as well. Palantir's going up. Might be because of the CNBC interview with Alexander Karp. Could be the case. Oh wow, it actually did sell off. It sold off here quite nicely. Apple's still looking really good. I think it's going to rally substantially. AI is kind of at the bottom of bottoms, to be really fair. It is sitting at a very low level. Nasdaq still looking solid on the 15 minutes. It's now at that support level that was previously at. Potentially now looking at could be resistance here. And looking at the 1 hour, looks like things are still trending down. So it's not, we're not out of the smug waters yet. Although it's looking a lot better than before. What do you think about CD Projekt? Is there a comeback? Let me check CD Projekt. Yeah, I could definitely see this run to, yeah, probably to the $16, $17 on the short term. And on the weekly chart, I mean, weekly has been negative for a while now. You know, it's been negative for so long. So I would say the trend is definitely heading up for CD Projekt. No doubt about that. It's going to take a long time, though. Yep. Yeah, generally speaking, I would say trend is heading up. So I think probably by the end of April could be sitting at 20. It will all depend on earnings, though, because we do know earnings is going to be. Let's see, when is earnings going to be? Why doesn't it show it though? Future earnings. Have they removed it? Did they? Are they going to postpone it or anything? Because generally, TradingView does show you when earnings is going to be. So maybe they haven't announced it yet. I think it might run for earnings. I can't believe this. Tesla's still down 4.4%, while the market is just green, right? The market is not red or anything like that. Tesla is just correcting right now. This is, of course, after the significantly large move that we saw. I can't believe it. Some people bought it at 800, and that is just nuts. Imagine that, right? I think what we're kind of seeing with Tesla is similar to what we saw right here, where massive correction, move to the upside, bit of a pullback, but consolidate, and kind of move in this kind of pattern. It could definitely be happening again here. That would basically mean it's just going to move sideways until April. As we don't have any fundamental catalysts for Tesla to be running off of. Give me a second. I'm going to quickly check something. Nasdaq still running. Really good to be seeing that. I mean, so far going according to the prediction that we made. Yeah, Tesla's running as well. Give me 1 second. I had to just briefly check something right now. Yeah, Carp just indeed gave the big finger to Silicon Valley. Very interesting what's happening there. Sergey Caprian coming in with a $5 donation and says, net dimension looks so bad on the 4-hour chart, but it looks so sweet on the daily and 30 minutes. What do you think? If it looks sweet on most charts, I think it looks sweet. But being cautious is going to help out a lot. Thank you for that $5 donation, Sergey Caprian. Yeah, I watched part of the interview. It was not necessarily about fundamentals, more about, it's a little bit political almost. Philosophical political. That's casually, like, that's how he casually talks, you know, like, basically down talking on Silicon Valley in general. You can see the Nasdaq is still holding up right now. About to be seeing a bit of more resistance here at the 13,200s. Potentially breaking through very soon, but so far so good. Tesla's heading up. Palantir is slightly rallying, just slightly. See what's happening with Palantir. Oh, Palantir about to break out. Might be the case here. Might it come back to 26.7? We'll see. Looks like it will. With the Nasdaq kind of stabilizing. 10-year not going up anymore and actually going down now. That is definitely looking good. Amazon. Let's see. Nah. It could actually move sideways for a while. Before seeing anything significant here. Yeah, Amazon, I mean, imagine holding Amazon. Ugh. Horrible experience. Just, what is this? Like, almost, it's almost a year of sideways. We're getting very close to that, where Amazon just been not moving. This is after the significant move that we had, of course. So if you would have bought Amazon right here, you would not be very happy here. Just sitting at the same price after one whole year. And the Nasdaq now gradually consolidating still at that level. Let me take a look at the 5 minutes. 5 minutes definitely broke through. Now the question is going to be, is it going to hold up this level? Or is it going to pull back again? And this time for good. Maybe going to the 13,070s or 60s. So yeah, it's pullback mode. Let's see. Xpeng up 1.6%. Amazon. Not a whole lot happening here. Let me check Rocket. Oh, that's not the one I wanted, but yeah, look at that. I think it's been coming down. I mean, that was kind of to be expected. Huge pump to the 42. Massive downturn here. And UWMC also down a lot still. US 100. Carp. Oh no. I leave like 3 different live streams running in my room so I don't miss any pops on different stocks. Oh wow. Gara, what do you think of CTRM and SENS? Let me just check it out. CTRM, Castor Maritime. Wasn't this a small market cap? A very small market cap, right? I don't know much about the company, so I can't really say anything about it, to be really fair. Although, do notice annual earnings growing. But, I mean, the market cap is 350 million, so it better be growing, right? So, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns around very quickly and keeps moving. But this is mostly kind of dependent on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq and the stock market in general. So, okay, still pulling back. Let's see, what would you predict with Sun W? Hold up, give me 1 sec. Volkswagen CEO says he wants to get close and then overtake Tesla. Good luck. I don't think he's going to be overtaking anything, to be really honest. I think if anything, Tesla's going to be overtaking Volkswagen. Of course, this will depend. This will depend on a lot of things, of course. I mean, let's be real. Wow, Nasdaq keeps running. Okay, good to see that. Good stuff. And it keeps going. Now at another resistance point. This is the area that we kind of highlighted. Like, hey, if it hits that point, most likely we'll be rejecting it and we'll be coming down there. What is the direction of the Nasdaq? Are you bullish? Yeah, I in general, I would say generally speaking, I'm bullish. What's happening with big tech? Yeah, we're seeing everything pump up slightly. This is happening as yields go down. Look at that, yields going down, which is good for the Nasdaq, of course, good for growth and tech stocks out there that are trading on multiples. Software packaging or packaged software firms not doing that good right now. Although we're seeing Tesla come up slightly to the 680.5. Let me just briefly check this out. That's good stuff. good to be seeing this. And it keeps going up, so seems like Tesla is doing good now. But yeah, Palantir still sitting flat at 26, AI at 83.5. Neo is still sitting negative here, but gradually going up. Let's see, Nano Dimension is, what did I say here? Oh yeah, might pull back a bit further. But this was assuming that the Nasdaq is going to pull back as well, right? So if it breaks through, that's going to be a whole different question. But so far, it looks like it is popping and about to be breaking out, but it could, right? So like looking at the 15 minutes with a MACD like this, it could break out. Let's see if it's going to do that though. I think it's going to stop at the 13,200 and pull back almost immediately right when that happens. Oh, Nasdaq is popping, breaching the resistance. Alrighty. Let's see if it will be holding this up. What's happening to Tesla? Tesla at 681.7. Most stocks are not going up, but we see big tech is moving to the upside. So it might be because of that. Let's see what's happening with Facebook. Is Facebook moving? Facebook is popping 2.7%. Netflix. What's happening with Netflix? Netflix up 1.1%. Spotify is sitting flat. It actually came down. It was moving, but then it came down. What's happening with Shopify? Shopify's down a percentage point. Look at that, beautiful. It actually did move up. And there was another one. Fiverr. Down 2%. Did I say it was going to go down? Oh, that is gorgeous, because it did go down. Yeah, there you go. I said it was going to go down, and it actually did go down. That is just nice to see. I don't know if you guys remember, but a time ago I said that Fiverr was looking kind of bad, and it was going to move to this zone, and actually fell off. So that was a very nice prediction, I would say. When did I say this? This was the 22nd. Oh yeah, it was when the Nasdaq went down. I mean, I guess the Nasdaq went down, so if the Nasdaq goes down, you see Fiverr go down as well. So, but yeah, right now the Nasdaq is definitely not going down. It is booming to the upside as we get closer to market close. Up opening 8%. Let's take a minute here. 30 minutes. 15 minutes. Breaking here to the upside. Let's see. And it saw resistance once more at 13,204, which could be the area where it will be pulling back from. Gara, I just bought AI at 83.5. That looks like a nice price. Ooh. Weird. Nasdaq is pulling back now. Could this be the pullback? Could this be the pullback, right? It still looks bullish in the 15 minutes, right? But who knows? I did say previously this could be resistance. I pointed this out right at this zone, and it could be pulling back. Although 10 years looking bad right now, so this is kind of the opportunity for a breakout. See if it will actually happen on the Nasdaq. Palantir still sitting at 25.9. Rather low level, I'll say. How is your baby C3.ai doing? I think C3.ai is doing just fine. To be really fair, I think C3.ai is still killing it. Let's see. Yeah, AI might just pop. I think AI could be popping here. And Nasdaq is still breaking to the upside. Not stopping now. Not stopping today, not stopping tomorrow. It is heading back up. No sign of stopping. Yields are still sitting low. And if they go negative, which might be the case here actually, if yields go negative here, Nasdaq is going to go up probably another 0.5%. And here we go. Tesla's pulling up. Palantir still sitting at 25.9, not moving. Yeah, EV sector pulling up slightly. CCIV especially heading up now. And this is all happening while the Nasdaq is casually rallying back up. All right. Apple at 125.8. Yeah, I wish I hadn't sold my tech stocks, or at least my Apple stock. I had sold some Apple today to get into Palantir, and my Palantir position is looking a little bit red now. But I think with a bit of patience, it's going to be looking just fine. It's going to take a couple days, maybe a couple weeks, but it's all about that patience. Oh, there you go. Tesla is, yeah, it is rallying. It's rallying slightly, especially on the 15 minutes, as it might cross. Last time that happened was right here. Look at that. That was a big move, right? It was about $20. So yeah, we're probably going to see another $10 for Tesla stock. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq just sitting flat right there, with a 10-year moving up slightly. I can see on the 30 minutes. Did I look at the 10-year? Or was it? Oh yeah, there. Dollars. The dollar's still looking a little bit negative here. Dow Jones is looking quite nice. I think the Dow Jones is about to make all-time highs again. Probably tomorrow. So let's take a look on the 4 hours here for the Dow Jones. 4 hours is not looking that attractive, I would say. 1 hour, not even. Same story. 15 minutes. Yeah, expect value stocks to go green. I think we're going to see another all-time high towards the 13,300s. I think it's going to break through either by the next coming hour or I would say after hour, because the market's going to be closing in about 17 minutes. Probably tomorrow. We're going to see another all-time high on the Dow Jones. Let's see. And the Nasdaq's pulling back now. Slightly, ever so slightly. Value stocks, well, I would say the bank stocks still sitting negative. Yeah, that is quite peculiar. Is the dollar going to pop overnight? Is the 10-year going to pop overnight? It could be the case. It could be the case. Would explain why the Dow Jones is looking like it's about to be bursting to the upside. Short term, but it's all looking kind of short term. It's nothing truly bad here. I think most of the moves that we saw with the 10-year and with the dollar, we've already seen it happen. Even if we look at like the 4 hours. Although, yeah, the 4 hours we could see the dollar go back to the 92. Definitely, but yeah, daily chart not looking that bullish either. Same with the 10-year. Not a whole lot of room left to the upside, I would say. Maybe a little bit more to the... we could see 1.8 at some point, but it's going to take a couple weeks. To a couple months, you know. This is a standard warning shot a day before Powell's speech. Yeah, I guess. I don't think it's going to be as severe as the other time that we had this happen. I think it will be just fine. One sec. Oh yeah, Snowflake looking solid right now. It's about to be breaking out to the 260s. Uh, 10 years heading up. As the 10-year heads up, you see the Nasdaq go down, of course, and we are already seeing weakness in the Nasdaq, just because of that tiny move on the 10-year. This is pulling back like we expected. Opinion on C3.ai at $83. Well, I think it's looking cheap at $83, but I mean, if the Nasdaq pulls back even more, I could definitely see C3.ai come down a bit more to that 70. Oh yeah, there you go. To the 70s. This is if the Nasdaq pulls back tomorrow at the FOMC meeting. Let me check Riot blockchain. Oof, down 10%. Mara. But yeah, this is because Bitcoin is sitting sideways, of course. But yeah, let me see what's happening with Bitcoin. Bitcoin looking quite bullish, actually. Although the daily chart is a bit iffy, but the RSI could reach overbought. Let's see. Let's take a look at Tesla. It's down 4%. And 4 hours not looking good either. It hit the 670s, I believe, at some point. 670.7, and it bounced right up. So that is good stuff. Nasdaq is pulling back, like we said. Didn't I say it would be pulling back? There you go. It's pulling back. It's going to keep pulling back. Although the technicals on the short term were looking, they were looking fine, but so far so good. Still some downside left. There you go. Gara, your thoughts on eToro? I think eToro is a great app, great business that they have, but I don't know a lot about them, so I can't say a lot about them. Can't say a whole lot about them. I have to be really honest there. Yeah, it seems like it's not quite giving up yet. It was about to pull back, but it hit the resistance again. But yeah, with the 10-year rising slowly and steadily, it's going to be quite problematic. A lot of people want to get out, you know, they want to get out of the market because of the FOMC meeting tomorrow. If Jerome Powell says nothing. But there you go. 679.9. 0.6. Yeah, Nasdaq is really pulling. It has to be pulling back right now. It hit the resistance. FOMC meeting is going to be tomorrow. I don't think it makes a lot of sense for people to not be selling at this point. At least with people, I mean institutions. It's going to be very volatile tomorrow. Very, very volatile. It's the Fed meeting tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be the FOMC meeting. Jim Powell will speak tomorrow. No, it's Jerome Powell. Jerome. But yeah, he's definitely going to be rocking the markets. It's going to be a rocky time. If you ever considered making your chat more like Meet Kevin, maybe sometime in the future, but not right now. I get what you mean. Do you think it's a good idea to short the Nasdaq now? I don't think that is a good idea. I think it's not a good idea. Jim Powell. Let's see. What is going on? I think Jerome Powell could be saying that they might do some additional, you know, stimulation for the markets. Who knows? Maybe. Could be the case. We don't know what he's going to say. But what's been a pattern is that every single time that gets on, he basically tells us the same thing. We're going to let inflation run accommodatively above the 2% for some time. And he's going to continue purchasing. Well, I think they're purchasing bonds and treasuries. So I don't think we're going to see a lot different out of him. But who knows? Anything could happen. It could be that they will say, hey, add additional stimulation. Who knows? Could be. Come on, AI. It looks good on every time frame. Although the 1 hour's iffy, 1 hour's iffy, 4 hours iffy. Yeah. But yeah, daily chart's about to be crossing, so we'll see. Nasdaq is slightly pulling back. I think there's 6 more minutes left until the market is going to close, which is quite interesting. Since it will be the second day where the time is going to be 1 hour different from the US time here in Europe. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Nasdaq's still pulling back. There's no way around it. What's happening on the 5 minutes? Yeah, okay, so you see right here, I'm expecting this to pop even further. Yeah, so the Nasdaq is falling down now. It's about to be crossing to the downside on the 3 minutes. 5 minutes, same story. So still pulling back. I don't want it to pull back, but it was looking like it was going to do this, so there you go. AI still down 4%. Gosh. Can it get any cheaper than that? CCIV up 9%. I do not think this is gonna last. I do not think CCIV is gonna stay at these levels comfortably. No freaking way. The merger is still months away. Although we do see daily chart is looking like it's about to cross, so maybe it goes up a little bit further. We did have a fundamental catalyst, but still, it's not looking good on the short term. Yes, long term, you know, it's gonna be merging with Lucid Motors. We already know it's gonna happen, but still. And Nasdaq still pulling back right now as we speak. You can see it right here. Nice. Roughly 4 minutes left until the market's gonna close here. Getting very close to closing. All right. Look at that. That comes very similar to the move that happened. Oh yeah. So I'm thinking Nasdaq could be pulling back tomorrow for the FOMC meeting, or it might rise for the FOMC, or getting close to the FOMC meeting, and then fall off. That could also be the case there. Nevertheless, I mean, I'm still bullish on the Nasdaq. If the Nasdaq pulls back, I don't mind. I'm still bullish on it because this is not a stock market crash. This is just a correction like we've seen many, many times before. Yeah. That's all I want to say about that. The current government does not care about so much. Just Oh, Tesla pulling back here. Look at that. Down 4.4%. It is not recovering, at least not immediately. AI pulling back as well, 4.3% there. Palantir 4.3%. Still looking really bad. I really dislike what is happening on the 4 hours. Really, really dislike this. It looks like it could go much, much further. Like, at least to the 24.8 if this keeps going. You can see the MACD cross here, RSI. Yeah, I mean, that FOMC meeting, I mean, if it's bad, if he doesn't say anything additional to what we already know, I think Jerome Powell is going to be triggering a further downturn here. Everything looks quite similar to each other in big tech. That's the same thing with other stocks. XPeng and Neo, for example. Yeah, it looks quite similar. 1 more minute left. I think the markets have closed now. Seems like the Nasdaq is still holding up, but it was pulling back right before the market closed. And tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. It is going to be an interesting day with Jerome Powell speaking. I think the Dow Jones is going to be pulling back up. Value stocks are going to go up. Big banks are going to go up. Recovery stocks are going to go up. Tech and growth, once again, are going to be the sufferers here, unfortunately enough. But yeah, I'm still positive. I don't think we're in any kind of crash. We're just in a healthy correction. And it will be an interesting time. We're going to see some dips. We're going to see some buying opportunities. Some stocks heading down, up, sideways. It'll be cool. I'm still not used to the fact that the markets are closing so early on the day. Yeah, there you go. After hours. Because, yeah, it usually closes at 10 p.m. for me. Now, 9 p.m. because of the time change. The time shift. But it's fine. It is perfectly fine. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna be wrapping up the live stream right here. I'm gonna have to do some things right now for Lucid Trading, of course. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Tap that like button if you enjoyed that live stream. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel. I would appreciate that a lot. That'd be cool. You would be joining the Lucid gang. That'd be nice. If you'd like to have Lucid merch, by the way, there is a link to the Lucid merch in the description. You can get it there if you're interested. Also, I'm going to be sharing you guys a link to the Discord server if you haven't joined yet. So make sure you join the community. Community link, Discord server link will be down below in the description. Once again, thank you for watching. I'll be in the Discord. I'll see you guys there. Have an awesome day. This was Lucid Trading. I'll see you.